Hello. So I'm going to show you guys how to use the app that I use for planning my routes. So I'm going to clean this puppy off. So in the App Store, you're going to find it under INROUTE. I've been using this app for a very long time to plan my routes. So this is what it looks like. This little guy right here. Open. I already have it, so you're going to download it. I do believe you make an account. So I think I have the yearly one, which isn't that much. So it's like $5.99 a month. So I like this. Honestly, this route weather, unmatched. Gotta do it. Don't care about RV. Speed limits, what are those? Don't know. Anyway, so you would open it. This is what it looks like when it's open. It says route, search, route, search. Is it route or route? You know? I'm going to say route. No, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't feel right. Route. Search, favorites, turns, more. So what I'm going to do first, let's say, first off, I'm going to find me. This is where I am. Okay? Cute. Zoom out. So let's say I'm planning to go to Northwest Bike Week. Okay? Northwest Bike Week is in Castle Rock, Washington, right here. So that's going to pull up Castle Rock. I want to go in here and zoom in and push DEST. That makes that my destination. Okay? That's where I want to end. I'm now going to put my current location as my start. And it's going to make a really lame ride for me. I mean, you know what? It's not bad up here, but I kind of want to jut out a bit. I want to do some exploring. So the first thing I do is I look at these miles. Okay? That's probably 2 days, 2 good days of riding, right? If I just go straight there. I don't want to go straight there. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put in the stops I want to make because that's going to add miles, and then I'm going to see how many days I want to do. So I think the first stop that I'm going to do, I'm going to stop in Sacramento. So I'm going to drop a pin there. If you hold your finger down, drop a pin, put waypoint. So my first night, I'm going to make it to Sacramento. And from Sacramento, I want to go out to the coast and go up that way. So one morning I'm leaving from Los Angeles. The second morning I'm leaving from Sacramento area for anyone who wants to meet me in Sacramento. So I want to go the fun way. So what we're going to do is before I calculate how many days it's going to take me, I would like to zoom in. And honestly, this is where I use my Scenic app a lot. Now from night 1, I want to do some fun stuff. Okay? I want to make it an interesting time. So I'm going to kind of look up here. Red Bluff. I want to do, what road is this? Statewide Highway 36. I want to go by Shasta. Ooh, Whiskey Town Lake. That sounds fun. You're going to kind of zoom in. And to be honest, what I do is I look at fun, windy roads. I know I want to get to the coast. Let's take a fun road to the coast. I don't really want to go back down south. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a fun road. Highway 20. I'm going to hold my finger there. I'm going to drop a pin. I'm going to put waypoint. And I'm going to need this to come after waypoint 1, which is Sacramento, before my destination, right? And also to make this easier, you can click on the pin and you can actually rename it. I usually rename them per night, just so I know what's going on. Great. So that one says night 1. So I want to come out here. You'll see it's going to reroute me to this way because it's not exciting. If you do turn off, like avoid highways, it's going to fuck you all the way from here too. So I just kind of start making my route via that. This is going to be my via 2. I'm going to come up here, and this is where I want to meet the 101 again. And I'm going to say waypoint. And I put that before my destination. So now it's kind of starting to form 1, 2, 3. And now I want to actually ride all the way up here. I want to take the 101 for quite a while. So I'm going to do waypoint again. I'm going to say destination. Put it before your destination pin. Okay. So now it's kind of looking a little better. I like this a wee bit better. So now we need to find the road that I really want to do. And that is a road called Hayfork, Forest Glen, Matole Road. It is a freaking beautiful road. Then you're going to fight this thing for a while. Like I said, there's some user adjustments. I can also do this. If I can't find it that way, I can just say search. Mattole. I've looked up before. Okay. Okay, So there's a couple options. Red Crest, California. I'm pretty sure I've seen this one before. Antioch, Ferndale. I'm going to go to Ferndale. I do know that. So Ferndale's all the way out here. So I was looking at the wrong spot. I thought Metole Road was going to be this way. No, it is actually way, way west. So I'm actually going to stay on the 101 to here. And I believe I'm going to get, I think this is it right here. Metole Road. So I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to now zoom back in. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to click on Metole Road. I'm going to say waypoint. I'm going to put that again before my destination. Okay. So it's going to take me out there. It's still going to send me back because it's like, why in your right mind would you want to go the wildest way possible? And obviously it does not know me. So here's a little town. I'm actually going to put a pin there, say waypoint. This is just kind of forcing the map to do what you want. There we go. That's what I want. Look how squiggly that is. Hell yeah, brother. So that kind of helps me, but look how many miles added. That added quite a bit of miles. So we are going to do that. We're going to zoom in. Okay, going here. We're going to go through Ferndale. I know specifically this piece right here is going to be a pain in our ass to find gas. And I don't know if I'm going to regret doing a video over that or not. So it has us going here. Here, it actually wants me to come back inland. I actually do not want to do that. I want to stay outland. Outland? Is that the right way? So I'm going to put waypoint, and I'm going to put it before my destination pin. Let's see what that does. It's probably going to take me out and put me back in. Okay, again, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to find a spot between my last stop and my destination, probably Tillamook. Ooh, ice cream. I'm going to drop a pin, and I'm going to say waypoint, and I'm going to put that before my destination pin. That is probably going to start giving me more of the route I want. Okay? Great. So we have so far 8 little points, and none of these are stops actually. So I'm going to, so this little word named draw, there's info, location, and charts. Charts is going to be phenomenal once we get there. All these spots from night 1 are actually just way, like vias essentially. Like I want to go there to here via that road. So I'm going to say draw. I'm actually going to draw a big old fucking circle around all of those pins. I'm going to go up here. Once you do that, it says choose action for 7 route pins, non-route pin selected, and 1 non-route. I'm going to push these 3 dots here. There's a lot of these options. If you want to start all over, you push remove from map. You could say add a route. They are already on the route. If you want to start all over again, there's a lot of options here. So kind of play with these. So I actually want to say set layovers and vias. And so this is something that'll play in later. I'm going to say via. I want to treat all of those as a via. So that actually will not factor in until later. So now my route is how many miles? 1,210. These miles here are going to feel like different levels of miles. When we're doing this is going to take forever. Forever. So I think I want to take 3 days to get up there. I think my first day I'm going to make it there. So to check the mileage, you go to turns. I'm going to do a 371 mile day. Okay? On my first day. So here I'm going to actually go down to route. I'm going to put my departure time. I'm actually going to be leaving in July. Probably July the 7th at 8 a.m. Let's just make it that for now. Okay? a.m. And you're going to push OK. And then, done. Great. Okay. So I'm going to do that in 1 day. After that, so if I want to make, usually I do my whole route, and then I usually divide it into different areas. This next feature is what makes me use this app still. I get bored about every hour zooming around, and so I add all my guest stops. So you're going to go to search. This is the best part about this app. There's a few options. Search every X miles, search every X hours, search X miles from a pin that you've selected, search hours from a pin you've selected. Sometimes I can't find gas and I need to zoom in to a certain part of the route, and I say search route shown. I also do drop pins every X miles when I'm doing long multi-day trips that I haven't already previously worked out. Like if I'm going cross country, I know that I usually want to do like, say, drop pins every X miles. You're then going to go, say you want to do 400 miles a day. 400 miles, okay? You're going to say drop pin every X miles. You're going to say miles between pins, 400. You're going to say okay. So it goes and drops pins every 400 miles on your route. So that is usually where I zoom in and I go, okay, there's a town here. I'm going to stay here. And then I zoom out And this one says 800 miles. I'm like, ooh, what's the nearest town to here? I'm going to say somewhere around here. And then the next one, I'm like, oh, it's almost there. So that'll be fine. I'm going to do that. So we've kind of already worked that out. So to undo that, if I remember correctly, undo, add to map right here. Blink. So for gas stops, this is cool. You're going to do search. I get honestly bored. When I'm by myself, I get bored every hour-ish. Okay? Give me time. Every hour and a half. You can also do it by miles. If you know how many miles you get to a tank, you can search every, say I wanted to do 160 miles. Say, okay. You can search every 160 miles for gas, food, hotels, campgrounds, rest areas, EV chargers, national park, or places of interest. I'm going to do, I'll do every hour and a half so you guys won't laugh at me because I have a squirrel brain. And I'm going to say every 1.5 hours, I need you to search for gas. So it pulls up at every hour and a half interval gas stations. There will be some points, which is this is very expected. There will be some points where there will not be a result in that chunk. This is where you're going to have to get kind of funny with it. And this is where I expected. This is actually, there's probably another one. Yeah, this is Milage Road because it's going to be a stretch, honestly. So I'm going to say, I'm kind of weird. And shit tits. Yes, okay, great. That just pulled back up. I'm going to say add all the places to the map. Because I like to choose what gas station I like to go to. So I'm going to say Chevron. ETA. It's a 1 hour and 51 minutes away. I'm going to choose the gas station I want. Now this is a part where you need to pay attention. You need to pay attention that this is your start. And this is the next numbered pin. Okay? So this is the next numbered pin. You're going to go here. You're going to zoom in back into your gas station. You're going to click Chevron. You're going to say waypoint. At this point, it's going to want to know what waypoint you're going to want it in. This will be beneficial when you name them. So I know, insert waypoint before. I know this is before my night one. So I need to put it before night one. So this actually moves the number 1 pin to here. So we've got a gas stop for this little chunk. We need a gas stop for this little chunk. Here's another Chevron. Hooray. We're going to put destination, waypoint. And again, we want to go up. This is going to be before night one. So we want to put it in before the pin titled night one. Here's another one. We're going to be getting into Sacramento. And I'm going to put waypoint. This is my last gas stop before I go to my hotel. So insert waypoint before. And you really need to pay attention to what you named it. Because I put night one. So I need to put it before night one. Okay? And so once that is done, you can go over here to draw. Draw a big old circle around all of these. Do the 3 dots. Remove non-route pins. So all the gas stations I didn't select, those are going to get removed. Pretty handy, right? So then, I guess up get to gas. Up here, it's going to be sticky. And I kind of figured that out already on something else. But let's put this gas stop in. There's a Chevron right here. So now, you'll look. Here's number 5 and number 6. So when I zoom into this gas station, I want to say waypoint. And I want to put it before stop 6. Because that actually puts it after this little via. Okay, so that's my next gas station. The next one, which should be, this actually may be picky. Sometimes I'll do this. I'll show you how to do it. So now we're going past via 7. Here's another Chevron. Congrats. You can also search for certain gas stations. If you want to do Chevron, just type in Chevron. I'm going to put waypoint. I need to put this before 8. So I'm going to say waypoint before 8. Okay. I'm not going to get into this mess with you guys. This is a disaster. So, and honestly, sometimes once you've put these official things in, you can usually draw around these and remove it from the map and it will still work. So there's just less little dots on the map for you. Just less confusing, you know? Because since you've added these points to the map, it's going to force yourself to go there. Okay. 6. Remove. So, we got a couple gas stations here. Let's pick one more. The next one, so there's a Chevron. This is going to be really hairy, honestly, guys. Look, there's not a gas station until, actually, there is one gas station I know for sure right here. And I only know that because I've had to use it. So if you can see, this is too far, obviously. This is too far. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to zoom into the section that I need the gas station. I'm going to say search. I'm going to click out of that. I say route shown, and I'm going to say gas. It's not going to be a lot, honestly. I'm going to say add all these places. Ugh. That ain't good, brother. Because this is a very long distance. But this is my last stop to get gas before I do the toll road. So that's definitely going to be one of my options. Yeah, Chevron. But I need to make sure I put it before the right one, because it'll fuck your shit up. Okay, so number 7. So I need to put it before waypoint 7. Okay. So then let's go to the next one. My next gas station isn't actually going to be... Also, guys, look this shit up. I'm going to be so real with you. There's not a gas station there. I don't know why they think it is. It's not. Look it up on Google Maps. This town does not have a gas station. Because I've ran out of gas there, and they're like, hey, the local gas station's across the bridge. So this is the nearest gas station after that last one. I need to zoom out. What's my next number? What's my last number? 9. So I need to put this one before stop 10. Before stop 10. Is that right? Okay, so this is kind of cluttered. We're going to do draw, circle, remove non-route pins. Great. Look at that. So 7, 8, 9, 10. You do probably want to keep these vias here because if you can see, 7, it's just going to take you the not fun way, which is really the smart way, but not for me. So now we have a situation. It looks like these two are pretty far apart. It actually looks like these two are also very far apart. But let's see. So to check my mileage between gas stations, you're going to go down to... My next gas station from here is 1 hour and 9 minutes. Or 109 miles. That's fine. I can do that. I go down the next one. From here, 128 miles. That's going to be iffy. Honestly. Mostly because I'm going to be bored. But if that works for you, that's great. I zoom down to the next one. From here, 124 miles. But here's where it gets a little fishy. Sometimes you're going to have to stop a little extra. Oh, okay. This is not where it gets fishy. So 125 miles. You're going to go all the way to here, and then you're Sacramento, you're going to stay somewhere here. So you've got 13 miles on your tank before you stop. Ish. So from here, you wake up night 1. You have a gas stop in 100 miles. So 113, that'll be fine. Your next gas stop is 77 miles. And this is probably where the gas stops are going to get a little too frequent for some people, but you do what you got to do. You could probably take one of these out. 6. I'm going to delete it. Remove from map. It's going to recalculate. I'm going to go back to turns. 109, 128, 124, 13, night 1. From night 1, 100, 122, 33. So this is where it's going to get fishy. So that's fine. We deleted 6, so that is better. So this is our last gas station before we do. So this is going to be actually a very long route. This is actually going to end up being like from this gas station in Garberville, California to the next gas station is going to be about 95-ish miles. And they are twisty miles. So from here to here is 95 miles. Make sure that this and this are going to be okay with you. I actually can probably, now that that 8 is there, I'm going to delete this just to give us less confusion. If it takes me out, it takes me back, and I'm going to be pissed. No! So what that does is it reroutes me around Mitole Road, and I really, really, really want to do Mitole Road. You do need to make sure that it is confirmed. Okay, anyway. So that's kind of the gist of it. You just keep doing that until you're done. Right? Another thing, hang on, let me remove all these non-route pins because they stress me out. Another thing you can do, you're going to say route. I'm going to leave on 7/7/26 at 8 a.m. Night 1, you're going to click on this. This is a layover. So if you want to, honestly, I do also eventually put in 15-minute gas stops because for this reason. My layover at night, it says after 0 full days. To stay 1 night, set departure time, and at full days put 0. So I'm going to say 0 full days at 7 a.m. So I'm going to leave at 7 a.m. the next day. Okay, right? I then am going to put layover, stay for 15 minutes. Stay for 15 minutes. Okay, stay for 15 minutes. Because this is what's going on here. So you now have my start location. I have the time that I leave. I have layover, and then the next time that I leave, right? So I'm going to push done. It's going to think about its life for a minute. And here's one of the biggest benefits for me. charts. When you go to charts, you can do elevation, curviness, temperature, humidity, precipitation, and wind speed. I'm going here. Look at this. It is charting out. So this green dot is when I'm starting. So it's going to be around mid 60s when I start. It's going to raise up, and you can also zoom in. It's going to be about, and see, once you click on this right here, it's going to show you there'll be 80 by that time. And then, like if I go to 4, by the time I land in Sacramento, it's going to be like 85 degrees. Also, another thing with this turns, you can also do precipitation. I didn't think it would be raining because it's July, but it'll tell you the precipitation. But that's why every night I stop, I put in a layover of a night. I also build this in eventually because sometimes if you have long days, these add up and will really push your arrival time back. But this also helps this. You go down to turn. If I go down to my first night 1 pin, that means I'm going to arrive around 1:35 p.m. So I'm doing 375 4 miles for that day. It's 5 hours and 35 minutes. I know, to be honest, I'll probably be doing more time than that, but at least I know that I'm getting in around a hotel check-in time or camp time. But also, you can also do that for as long as you want. If you don't want to get to where you're going by 9, add more miles to your day. Who the heck cares? This also hasn't factored into lunch stop, things like that. So this is the biggest reason that I love this app for route planning. From here, I actually just save it. Oh, just save it. Oh, don't redo that. I'll rename you demo. Save. And then I open this per stop, and I actually just go here, click on the map, and then I just copy and paste this into Google Maps. They do have a feature that tells you, and it's not terrible. I just like Google Maps because it reports the cops. This uses Apple Maps as a base. I just prefer Google Maps or Waze the best. There are other ways to figure this out. Honestly, just get in here and explore. I planned almost all of my routes for this. Let me see if I can find my wildest one. So you go to favorites, and this is how you find. There's my trip to Sandpoint. So I'm going to restore. That's my trip to Sandpoint. And I did days. Every day was a different color. Here's where I started that day. All these days are different colors. And fuck off. So this was my Babes Ride Out East Coast trip. These were my days. Between the days, also things you can do. In the settings, you can increase your speed by 15%, so it will factor in the proper weather depending on how long it takes you. Things like that. So every day, and then this is how I can check my days. First day I did 477 miles. Second day, I'm going to do 437 miles. Third day I did 420 miles. Fourth day 396. Fifth day 640. That actually fucking sucked. And to land in New York, 455 miles. And that lands me in New Jersey. Woo! So yeah. So usually I plan out my days. You can also do things like this. Search from map. I want to search. So like from Best Western, my very first stop. I want to search, let's say 150 miles. I want to find food. About 150 miles in. Sometimes it won't come up with stuff, so you need to, or I'll just drop a pin in 150 miles and then scan, see where I'd probably go to Gallup. And if you go to Gallup, you should go to the haunted hotel called the Rancho Hotel. It's beautiful. Just did that. But yeah. So I encourage you guys to play around with it. It is not easy, but it's doable. And this thing saves my butt all the time. Bye. I'm a road runner, honey, and you can't keep up with